So in the past, there have been a lot of people we've heard in the history, people fighting for basic human rights that a lot of us take for granted today. Now, there is a different fight today, spiritual warfare. All these things that happen to target individuals, they do kind of mess with your spirituality. You'll believe in God and believe in treating people the way you want to be treated, and it diminishes your confidence and self-esteem and other things like that. So if we're gonna fight, we gotta fight like soldiers. What I mean by that is, I know a lot of people is gonna be like, who are you? I got a comment the other day, somebody telling me, who am I to have an opinion on whatever? And I'm thinking, I don't know what they said after who are you? Who do you think you are? If you want to have a personal fight with me and I don't personally know you, I'm not reading the rest of your message. I'm just going to delete it. So I don't know what he or she said after, who do you think you are? I am somebody. Okay? You don't have to like me. You don't have to be on this channel. You don't have to listen to my message. You don't have to take it personal either. But anyway, even though it hasn't happened yet, this subject is going to gain momentum, all right? And we have to be a little bit more specific in the message that we are sharing onto the world, because in my opinion, and a lot of people's opinion, I go and I read comments of other channels, and I've heard people have even made videos, saying certain things like this. Take the time to edit your videos about when you think you're being targeted, all right? When someone is gang stalking you. Because what I've noticed, and again, I know somebody's going to have an opinion on this, right? I've noticed people basically showing us or telling us what to see. All right, so here's an example. I see someone sitting in the subways, reading their paper, and now and then glancing at their phone. All right, and there's the person who feels victimized or targeted, filming this person, got their camera on this person, but saying that that person is targeting them. It seemed to me like you are harassing that person. So now and then that person might glance at you and you will say, see, he is looking at me or she's looking at me. You have your camera on them. You're the one calling their attention. You ever been somewhere looking at someone and just staring at them? Not even staring at them, but staring in their direction, and they just look at you because you called them with your eyes. All right. Now, I'm not saying that that person is not a gang stalker. What I'm saying is that you're narrating the whole video. You're telling us what to look at. And being that I am one of those people that have a mind of my own, I'm going to be like, I don't see anything. Again, it doesn't mean that that person is not stalking you. It means that I could only go by what you're saying, because what I saw was somebody just sitting there, reading a paper, eating their food, and glancing on their phones like everybody else does. I can empathize with the whole situation, because that's the mindset that I was in. Like, when these things started happening, every little thing was that same thing to me. All right? I know it's confusing, but so I'll see somebody will come up to me and say, your hair looks nice. And then somebody else somewhere else the next day, your hair looks nice. It just kept telling me about my hair looking nice. Now I know where that came from, because I told that one person that I am annoyed with so many people telling me that my hair looks nice. When I said that, all of a sudden, the days and months after that, every single day, a lot of people kept telling me that my hair looked nice. So I know where that came from. So if I ever notice someone looking at my hair, I'm like, oh my God, another, you know what I'm saying? Another person looking at my hair. Again, please don't go there. I'm not trying to dismiss anybody's claim. What I'm saying is that being that this issue is eventually going to gain some momentum, you have to take good footage, and you don't tell people what to think. Now, all right, so here's what I'm saying, all right? There is a girl sitting over there, right? She's looking at me. She's glancing at me now and then she's looking like she's minding her own business on her phone, whatever she's reading, looking out the window. And I got my camera on her. I'm watching. Isn't there a possibility that she could be watching me, glancing at me because she's thinking, what am I looking at? Why am I looking at her? Why am I focused on her? So when I said possibility, is that's what a judge can think. That's where someone a lawmaker or somebody that can look into this could think. There's a possibility that they could think the same thing as what I just said. And you want to kind of like do your best to eliminate that possibility. With so many people talking about it, somebody soon is going to start caring about it, especially now that the energies, are shifting. All these crazy making stuff in the world, you'll see it. It's going to change. Give it a couple of years. It's already started. I've already seen it. But you'll see it, it's going to be more apparent to those who haven't noticed it. I'm not saying don't tell them what's going on. I'm not saying don't narrate your own video. I'm not saying that. Prepare it, yes. But now if you're telling me, look at him sitting there pretending to eat a sandwich and now and then glancing at me when you have a camera to him, I'll be looking at you as well. I was one of those people for years, many years. Whenever I got home from work, from hectic, traffic in New York City, just from having a day, whatever, I would sit in my car for like an hour or two. I would just sit there and be on my phone, listening to music, thinking, watching, life happen outside of my windshield. Just sit there. Sometimes I just park somewhere and watch cars and just think, just to be by myself. And I've seen people videotaping someone doing the same things that I used to do. So I wonder if somebody thought I was stalking them. I mean, I did it for many years. I just stopped probably like a year ago. Have those things in mind when we are sharing this information, because it has to stop, right? And it will stop. It will at least slow down. And people would get convicted for it'll be a real crime. They can make laws against stuff like this. I know there's laws against stalking, but even when it's like dangerous, type of situations, stalking, some stalkers don't really get in trouble. We hear of people that stalk and get in trouble, but some don't. Just that as this story grows and there's more people telling their stories, we have to be ready to show good evidence. I'm not telling you that what I'm showing is good evidence, because I'm not out there videotaping these people, because I could care less about anybody that I'm not personally attached to. I don't care what they're doing. I don't care why they're watching me. I don't care if they're watching me. That's just the mindset that I'm in today. That's where I'm at. All right. Let them do. That's so stupid to me. Like, you're walking around watching people or following somebody on a phone, their instructions, because you what, a detective? No, you're a spy. What? Yeah, that's the legacy you want to leave. That's up to you. I have nothing to do with it. I saw another video about just before I say, let me prepare this part, right? I'm not making fun of people and I'm not dismissing nothing like that. All right? But there's this person that was making a video where when she left her house, there was a Target shopping cart somewhere. And she has a lot of views, so I'm pretty sure that you guys will probably, know some of these videos that I'm speaking of. So she was a Target shopping cart, turned over somewhere on a curb while she was walking. And she commented on that being like unusual. Now, in my opinion, I don't live where she lives, and I don't know where she lives, but it looked like the hood to me, right? And I lived in the hood for many, many years, and a lot of times you see shopping carts turned over. It depends on what stores are around and close by. People leave the area of the store or the shopping center or whatever with the carts because they don't have a way to transfer to carry their groceries or whatever they shop for, and then they abandon it somewhere. So that didn't look unusual to me. Then she was walking, I don't know, I'm not sure if it's the same video. She was walking behind a shopping mall or store or something, and there was a Target truck leaving the parking lot. She was in the back of the parking lot or the back of the building, and she said, she put the camera on the truck and said, what are the chances of I'm walking through this lot and there is a Target truck leaving? And she sounded very upset about it. So me, I'm a Scorpio, but I'm not a detective. I'm like, so I looked at the store and then I got a close-up to the store. I wanted to see what name was on the wall. And it said Target. So I said, what are the chances of a Target truck leaving a Target parking lot? So now, again, here's the possibility of somebody who can do something about what's going on, thinking, what are the chances? Like, I don't want them to take this for a joke because it's serious. It's community harassment, right? Some people are really going through this. I'm probably still am going through this, but I just don't care anymore. So sometimes you'll hear me say because what it was doing to my mind, to my mental, what it was doing to me up here. All right, now that I'm in a state of mind that I know I can't do nothing about what they're doing, they're still going to be lunatics if that's what they want to do, right? They're going to do it. But when I say was in that state of mind, I remember being there. And what it was doing to me up here was I can't even describe it. I can't even describe it. So now we want people to listen to this. And we don't want to look like a bunch of crazy people just imagining things. I know for some are worse than just the Target truck and the shopping cart and you know, the stuff that I just mentioned. For some, it's even worse than that. But I just want to say before we get off, you're not just dealing with human beings. You're dealing with spirits, with demons, okay? You're dealing with possessed vessels. People who've been possessed by a negative entity. And that's why you're seeing these things. So no, I'm not saying you're crazy. These things have to stop in the physical because it's not good for our mental health. All right, just make clear videos, and there are more evidence that you can show, and sometimes we don't always have our cameras rolling to catch that moment that can eliminate the impossibility. That can eliminate the possibility of that being the fact. All right, so I don't know. I hope you get what I'm trying to say here, and you understand that I'm not trying to criticize anyone. Everybody is fighting their own fights, and even whether you're targeted, you're a targeted individual that's being targeted by just individuals in your community or by a government or whatever, it still causes distress in your life, and we need whomever that can do something about it to make it stop. Or make these people be afraid of doing it. Make them feel, criminal charges, something. But we need good evidence. That's my point. Subscribe to the channel. Share my video. Thank you. Bye-bye.